Big thank you to crypto exchange BITUNIX for sponsoring the JWK show. Get your XRP by using the link in the description below. We have no KYC and no VPN, so sign up process is extremely quick. We do have the second day of the Canary Capital XRP ETF, ticker symbol XRPC, closing its second day with $26 million in day two, which is around half of what we saw in day one, which was $58 million. So even though that is half, we still have a ton of volume for XRP. As we said, guys, we still have a lot of demand for XRP, institutional demand, which is great to see. And so we did see a share volume of 926,000, which means that we do have to see Canary buying $22.8 million worth of XRP to fund their XRPC and to make sure it's backed actually 1-to-1 in terms of XRP. And we have the top 3 XRP ETF launches this year. We have XRP taking both the number 1 and 3rd spots. We have XRPC with $58 million in volume and XRPR with $38 million in volume. Great stuff. Great to see. And we do have the SEC also fast tracking the other crypto ETFs. So we should see even more XRP ETFs getting approved this month. We're talking about 5+ ETFs. And we do have the US Senate also submitting a bill to keep the SEC out of crypto. Now, in my opinion, that is a little too late, as the damage has already been done with the prior administration. And guys, at this point, this SEC administration is pro-crypto. So does it even matter? In my opinion, it doesn't, as the SEC and CFTC are both pro-crypto, and if this happens, will we see the CFTC having full oversight over the crypto market? They have classified XRP as a commodity. So again, guys, with a massive SEC green lights, we do have the following XRP ETFs with the dates. We have November 18, Franklin Templeton, 19th to the 20th. We have Bitwise, 20th to the 22nd, 21 shares. November 25th, Grayscale, and 25th, we have Wisdom Tree. Listings on SIBO, NYSE, and so on. Massive listings coming up. And keep in mind, guys, we had Canary with only $200 million in assets under management, while we have the soon other XRP ETF launches. We have, again, Bitwise, Wisdom Tree, 21 shares with billions of dollars assets under management. For example, we do have the Franklin Templeton XRP ETF coming in on the 18th, and we do have 1.5 trillion of assets under management. So we do have Canary buying a ton of XRP, $58 million in volume in the first day. Imagine the volume we will see for Franklin Templeton, Grayscale, and so on when we see the launch of the Franklin Templeton XRP ETF. Guys, trillions of assets under management. Again, imagine the volume of trillion-dollar giants launching their ETF. And we have crypto derivatives equaling to price action. We have Ripple getting involved with the derivatives market, making a derivatives exchange with Robinhood, Bitstamp, and so on. And we also have tokenization of the derivatives market, $1.2 quadrillion market happening on top of the XRP ledger. We have from Smoke, why is an XRP ETF important to price action? The price of an asset is set in the derivatives market. Let's take a look at this video from former chairman of the CFTC.
To your audience today, I see crypto as much more than just a new asset class, but really a new architecture of finance, a new way of establishing who owns what and who's transferring what to whom, using the internet as the basis for establishment of that value, as opposed to the individual balance sheets of proprietary institutions. It's a new architecture, a new protocol for establishing value. In any a commodity market, the price of the underlying commodity is actually not set in the physical or the spot market. The price is set in the derivative markets. Mature derivative markets are essential for price discovery because it's the one place that all the buyers and sellers can come together to agree on price. That's why the price of gold is not set in a jewelry shop. It's set in the derivatives market. The price of wheat is not set at the grain elevator. It's set in the derivative markets. The price of oil is not set at the gas pump. It's set in the derivative markets. So establishing well-functioning, healthy derivatives for crypto will provide a solid basis for price discovery and price setting for crypto.
All possible with the XRP and crypto ETFs. And we have Brad Garlinghouse also explaining the XRP ETFs, representing a transition from speculative retail trading to institutional adoption. Again, we're about to see so much smart money entering into XRP via the XRP ETFs. And with the launch of the XRP ETFs, this basically confirms of XRP essentially being a blue chip asset.
There's been an influx of XRP ETF filings, both in and out of the US. How do you view all of this? How do you view these filings?
Well, I think part of the transition from maybe more speculative retail into more institutional adoption and participation is the ETF step. Certainly, the Bitcoin ETF getting approved, the SEC was dragged kicking and screaming a little bit towards that outcome. But getting the Bitcoin ETF, I think, was a monumental event in terms of expanding the ability for others to participate, particularly institutional investors. So to me, I think I said then publicly that if people would ask me, is there going to be an XRP ETF? And I just look, it's inevitable that there will be an XRP ETF. And now I think I actually don't even know. I think there's 4 or 5 different filings here in the US. I know of at least one in Europe. And, I think it's great. I think it's, again, not surprising. I certainly hope that we'll see some of those approved soon, and we'll see them trading so others can participate in the ecosystem that otherwise might not be able to because they don't want to custody crypto themselves or, other reasons that may exist. But I'm excited for sure. And I think it's a great sign, not just for XRP, but I think it's a great sign for crypto broadly. I will say, and I think many people know this.
And now it is finally happening. And we have fair-side investors funding XRP. We have Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF flow tracker. Far-side investors says it has no interest in covering XRP ETF. So Far-side is clearly a Bitcoin Ethereum maxi, and Bitcoin Ethereum maxis hate XRP as XRP can easily replace Bitcoin and ETH. And we do have even the VanEck executive attacking XRP. We do have Matthew Siegel, the actual head of digital assets research at VanEck, posting a snarky jab at XRP holders, basically admitting he doesn't understand what XRP's blockchain even does. And for a guy who is running research at a major assets manager, we're talking about VanEck, this is insanely unprofessional. We do have David Schwartz responding, and he says, your response was that you couldn't get passive income from it. Is a blockchain ethos no middleman, be your own bank, or is it if I can't tax other people for passive profits, I don't care about it, right? So all these people just care about making as much money from us while we have XRP, David Schwartz Ripple, solving a massive financial problem, and that is an unlevel playing field, right? We have very few players controlling the entire financial system, global financial system, controlling the flow of money, and that is what we don't want. We don't want a monopoly over money itself. And lastly, we have from Ripple, institutional payments, secure asset custody, regulated stablecoins, everything on chain. It's happening. The convergence of crypto and TradFi is accelerating the internet of value, aka XRP. And that's a wrap for Ripple Swell 2025. We'll see you next year in NYC. Guys, Ripple Swell 2026 is happening again at NYC. And taking a look at the timestamp, we have 103. Take a look at this, guys. In the video, we can see we have a picture of Don Kwok. Great to see. that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.